You're on a path. You make your way up the short path. She will love. We're not going to go through.
I already know all this stuff.
The blade is your
I'll just go in there.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here.
I know.
I've been
I'm just
waiting
gonna
for
play
something
and
like
do
this to
things I
happen
didn't do last time
forever.
and just see what happens.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Can you imagine?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
So true.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
This is different.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She has to be bluffing, but you rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it.
Yeah, the voice acting is
I
something.
suppose we have a world to save after all.
Alright, let's go get her.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed
Her arm's
arm.
gone.
Its cooling flesh still chained to the wall.
Or sorry, she's gone.
And
Her arm's
she
here.
is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I'm locking her down there and letting her bleed out.
This is a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wounds? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You can finish this.
You're right. Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind me.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
She's not getting out. Come on out. Let's get this
I
over
can
with.
wait. I'm very patient.
Wait.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Should we keep waiting? Let's venture to the shadows.
You step into the shadows. Too
Shit.
late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
How do I not see this?
The ferocity overwhelms you.
How do I not
and as the
see her?
princess rends
It's too
flesh
dark?
from
Yeah, I
bone,
guess
your
so.
limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. Okay, I don't think I got the beast last time, so this is good for me.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
This is what
is
they
a
do
cabin.
every night. That's why I kick
And in the basement of that cabin
Is that annoying?
is a princess. You're here to
Okay.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and sleep. Those are two very different questions. Let's say for a moment that if you're back here, we did our best with the information, and yet you still died, didn't you? So, great, congratulations. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, if it's the latter, do you think the people there lived
Okay, I think we already
happily ever
did
after?
this.
All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin. We could find you have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going. Just be quick about it. People locked her in that. Look.
Okay, I already did this.
Of course, special can mean all sorts.
Okay.
Great.
Maybe this time we leave?
Yes, we're safer taking flight. Seriously? You're just going. Fine. I suppose you just quietly can.
Okay, fine, I'll
That's
go to the cabin.
great. If
Maybe
this
now
is
it'll be
what
different.
you think is best, I'll keep my ears pricked.
So I went back first.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. The blade is your. Very different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you. So focus. You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach for, but there was, and now it's gone. You take the blade from the table.
See what
The
happens
door
this
to the
time.
basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an
Is she like a
impenetrable
lion now or
darkness,
something?
giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against
It
the
was called
wide
the Beast
leaves of
after all.
plants that surround you on all sides,
She's a
seemingly
gorilla?
the
Oh, I
only
hope
living
so.
things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Is she like right here? Yeah, okay.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the
she's not
underbrush,
chained anymore.
dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between
there
the
she
leaves,
is. I see
staring
her.
hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Move. I move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows.
Okay, my hunted
But you still
brain
feel her
is...
gaze on you.
She
You're
knows.
faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do? Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten...
So many useless thoughts run through your head. And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble. Keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Play dead. I can just click survive. Survive.
Barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen. Yes, now's our chance. Quick. And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out something. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain.
My hunter
You are
brain
devoured. I
failed.
guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
What's she doing now?
You are in a dark and
I'm in her
caustic
body.
place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface
She ate
impossible
me.
to grip.
This
Your
is some
hands
vor shit.
scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few
Is
shallow
she that
breaths
big?
at a time.
Maybe I'm just small.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting,
Well, I still have my knife,
then
don't I?
burn
Can I just kill
as
it
the
from in
acid
here?
begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
Wow, that was the worst voice acting I've ever heard in my entire life. Why'd she say it everything like it ended in a period? So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped...
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal.
God, if they just got a different voice
With
actor.
a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
True. Dig with the steel claw. Let's do that.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Keep digging.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart. Pulling open to bang as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
You can't hold me forever. Slay the princess.
Though your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes, your will drives it forward. You have a target.
This is just like
and
Saw
you
6.
will strike it.
Wow.
We're too late, aren't we? This isn't survival. This is spite.
That's okay.
No, it's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny. Your lone, functioning arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Why is it detached? Nah, this is one of the times where it should not have moved the background of my cursor.
So you found a way to kill me. Then we'll die together, and I will see you again soon.
With those prophetic words, you do not draw another breath, your body tangled and melting in the cooling folds of the princess's flesh. Everything goes dark, and you die.
But I did it.
But at least you've saved the world,
That's right.
I hope.
The wild.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time?
She
What could
ate
you
me.
have possibly done for things to be like...
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
You gotta eat his food.
I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when...
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart.
Cassie, be careful.
And we can be so much more still. Vast, unfathomable.
Almost eating and he stops. You see that? He was like almost about to eat.
You're not mad at us for stabbing you in the heart,
So we should be
are you?
opportunist.
No. Are you mad at me for swallowing you whole?
Nah, not really. It all seems so petty right now. She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together.
He's crazy.
We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that
We
he
are
wishes
one.
for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
Yeah, how we
We
stop him?
push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Let's find my freedom.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere, we just need to test the boundaries. We just need to find the right place to be at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us? You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing,
Narrator's
you
kind of an ass.
will fall up.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real. That's right, I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
Okay, let's do it.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so so long as you trust me.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you. If I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
Ooh.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now. I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
No, stop! Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
There it is.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. He is. It hasn't ended. We're still here. We're top of the packing order now. Right, boys?
That's right.
Does this mean we won? You're right. She's gone. Let's just stay still. There's something dreadful about that thing reeks of death. If they think it's bad,
My only option is to do it, so I guess I will.
I'm begging you, don't. It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
What's my reflection this time? The same as before. So this time the lady is just void. It's just nothingness.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me.
What are you?
I am solitary light,
What do you mean by that?
thoughts without connections, a dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
I am a bird, actually.
We are oceans, reduced to
What are the gifts?
yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspective. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for. How can the world have ended if we...
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promised.
Do you know him?
You are the only thing. I have only just now stirred.
Do you know what's beyond this
I
place?
know only that they are.
Oh, are you the princess?
She is part of.
Okay.
You speak in circles.
Can we already listen to all this? Do we know each other?
You are familiar.
Can we, I already did that. What happens now?
Nothing. I have not lived.
How much do I
Everything.
forget? Okay.
You ask of things. How can I know? More than. Then we.
Okay, make me
She
forget.
asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
And I die. Boom. Alright, let's see. What should I do this time?
You're here.
Let's go there.
You make your way up.
Skip. Okay, this
The interior
time,
blade.
let's take the blade.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Thank you.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
No? No, well, yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want.
Yeah, let's drop it.
The blade,
Thank you. Maybe now we can...
against your better judgment, will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You go.
Do you?
No.
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
Yeah, I'm just randomly saying things.
She hesitates.
You can address me as...
I'm trying to do the things that I didn't do
You
the last
can't.
time.
Don't you... Too long.
Obviously, I might accidentally.
Have you just...
You know.
So I did this one for sure. I think I did the first one too. So I guess we'll do this one.
You have to. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go...
Doubtful.
That would be fine. I can...
She speaks.
Okay, I did this already.
You
Try
try
the
the
door.
door. You're here to slay. Your shouts, and I'll repeat myself.
Okay.
You make easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife.
You won't like.
Okay, let's try to slay the princess now.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down.
This
the
is
princess flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue with reckless abandon. Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay her.
You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses
Hey, I'll do
for a
that
moment,
one after
catching
this.
her breath, staring
I'll like
at
be
you
her friend
with
at the very
wild
end. I'll kill her.
eyes. We can still turn this around.
Finish the
Steel
job.
your resolve and take another step towards the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What was that about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
That's not even where the heart is. But...
The two of you fall to
Got
the
her.
floor.
This was fun. You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Yeah, she killed me by beating the shit out of me. Well, I am a bird. I probably have weak bones, you know.
But you don't have the time to worry over her words. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Birds do have... That's right. Adversary. So this
You're
is different
on
too.
a path. You're here to slay her. I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just... If he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you, right? That's fine.
Stubborn.
It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin
So
and
true.
winning. That's the spirit.
Let's get her.
A warning. She will lie. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what the princess will do and say what crystal.
Let's get her.
The cabin is tighter than its
very different.
exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The blade is your implement. That's because there's death. There isn't. Oh, stop bickering and just get... But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing... I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes.
it's
There
gone.
is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What? But there was a mirror. Now it's gone. So all of...
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
We're doing a clash, another...
The
we're doing
door
like
to
a
the
duel or
basement
something?
creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. Her fierce voice...
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wit as you descend the final step. The form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Stubborn
Looks like
as
she
a
could rip
freak.
those chains
True.
out of the wall without a second
He
thought.
seems to be more of like a bloodthirsty guy, not
Oh,
really
it's
stubborn.
you
but-
again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Turn around and leave without saying anything. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna save it.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Step towards the stairs. You hear the heavy creak of strength and then a snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision and you have to make it fast. Finally ready to complete your destined
Alright,
task,
I'll just kill her.
you launch
Actually, no,
off the
I'll
wet
load.
stone floor
I'll
of the
load. I'll go back. So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking. All right. Fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess and the prince. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Or I'm very good. I'm gonna do a good job.
Now focus.
Is it
You
different?
look exactly the same.
Alright, let's attack her.
Finally
get her.
ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
She's been working out, so it's
Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the base. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow.
She looks like Karlach? Yeah, kinda.
Bleeding her out.
Okay, what does a stubborn want to do? I'm gonna do what stubborn wants to do.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win.
Bro, we're fighting her like a man. We're not a little bitch. Strike her head on.
That's your plan, then. That's your plan.
Get her.
You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
True, just keep pushing it down.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other.
She likes
her
it.
Fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
I do.
Dying and coming back. Clashing against each other over the fate of everything. Forever.
Did she just admit out loud that she's gonna end the world if she gets out of here? She most certainly did. I hope you've made a mental note of that, hero. There's no more room for doubt. Yes, the fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. The only thing that matters is getting stronger.
Dude, it's
And
Vegeta.
the only way to get stronger is to win, even if it takes us forever to get there. Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. We're fine! But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor. I said we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
She tosses it at your feet.
Pick up the blade and fight her again. Let's
You
go.
and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're dead? Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs. You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and it's over. It's finally over. No, it's not. We're just getting started. But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin.
Let's listen to Stubborn
There are a few
again.
better endings than that. Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen
Oh
to
shit.
Get Up?
Get up.
Wait, no, that can't be right.
Just get
Your
up.
eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive. Ah! I told you. I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her heart. What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine. No, she's dead. She has to be... No! Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect. The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet. You know what to do. Again! But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything.
Did this ever happen?
Nothing. It means nothing.
Oh, close to untethering. Okay.
But you did say... Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread. And what is that supposed to mean? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not... Why the bloody hell not? Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
Is one of these days the princess can die?
But you did think it, didn't you? Yes, like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back. So I was right! Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever. But I think it was the stubborn one who said, No, hold on. There has to be another way. You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And why exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is... Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you. It's time. Yes, I suppose it is. If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe... I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
Join my
With an
adversary.
unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage. Then we get up.
Get up.
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one.
We just
More.
do this forever. Slay the princess.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Far from it. We're still here.
Sure, there's
She's
still a
still
battle
here
to be
too.
won.
I feel so... tired.
Gotcha.
She's gone. And there's that... But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right. Screw the mirror. You just... Okay. Maybe there'll be a good fight there.
What's my reflection? That's the scene. Okay, so I guess it's always the same reflection every time.
Flickering lights, an empty cityscape. Is a child the same? Eyes closed.
We just click on every single one.
With every gift you bring me, I
Oh,
excavate
if
the
there's a skip
alleys
button,
of
I'll
what
just
I
do
am
that,
meant to
but yeah.
be. And every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, there is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons. Those paths lead to worlds you've already... Why wouldn't... Gifts aren't what someone tells you to... My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective... This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sun.
Okay, I'm ready.
I will long for your return. We will meet again.
Alright, I'll do the betrayal, the love betrayal one.
You're
See what
on.
happens.
You're here to...
Let's go.
You make your way.
Let's go.
The interior of the blade.
Let's just go.
The door to the...
I'm here to
How
save
many
you.
times do I have to...
See what I can do.
You're only making...
Thank you. Okay.
You tried. You're here to slay... Easier for whom?
Save the princess.
Fine. No, we won't have it.
I could try to do this one. I don't think I've done this. Or did I do this one? I don't remember. I guess I could just wait it to the end, right?
Stop that.
Something's
Resist.
The blade. As your body.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
Oh, she will love. If only you forget. But he.
We're gonna try to kill her at the
The
end.
interior. The door to the basement creaked.
Rescue the
Rescue
princess.
Don't you know she's? If her hand could just slip out of the. Because I'm not. Would you rather? I think. Ah, one of us. Then let me show you a brand.
We
No,
did this one already.
That sounds perfect.
The princess. We have. I like to think. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice is. I will mope about it because you and the princess. And what happens after? Let's see. That's a film. Did I do that last?
Oh no.
She's right.
We can do it together.
Okay.
Okay, now I'll try to slay the princess.
You take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you.
Wait. No. You barbarian, what are you doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved.
We did it.
Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult. I feel sick.
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived.
Easy.
And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken.
Oh, I see.
Inconsolable.
You'll get over it.
Well, I got an
You
achievement,
just
so
saved
it's fine.
everyone.
Get over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth
Are we doing
getting
some Romeo
over
shit
it
here?
for. We might as well just end it all.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Let's see what happens if I resist.
exactly, you're not doing this.
All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all?
I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
That's right. You're all sorry.
Everything goes dark. And you
Damn. The gray.
you're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
She won't be
rough-
alive and well when we
cold.
return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to...
I doubt it.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here.
It's our third. Your open discussions.
I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying
I wonder what I
about
should do now.
her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now.
And if it is permanent,
Oh, you just wait and see.
don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. Why not? It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's...
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's...
Oh. How it... Can I...
Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you. I'll believe that when I...
Did I hear that right?
He's... Yes, she's alive. But you're...
We absolutely will not. This is a
Let's do our best to keep him away from anything sharp. If we're... If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that...
Wait. But if her influence is spreading, then...
Yes, I already told... Don't mind him.
I'm doing better than any of you.
Influence doesn't require... But if things restarted, why wouldn't... Who said they restarted?
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of...
I got time to listen to all these voice actors. Let's just
You
leave.
have already committed
Oh.
to my complete...
She'll find a way out eventually, and the world will still
yeah,
end.
I know, but it takes
the
forever.
only way this resolves is if
I want it
you
to go on
find
like
her and slay her
1.5
before
speed.
that happens.
Again, he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander. She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault.
We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see.
That's true.
Turn around and leave. Go to the cabin. I'm fine with either.
Let's go.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your...
Oh, we'll muck it up all right.
Whatever you do, don't let him I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't... Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin
got
feels
ghost.
dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her?
Our beloved. So she does live.
She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? That's strange. Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just
Maybe
as
I'll
bad as I
apologize
about
here and
we've
see what
done.
happens.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do...
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would...
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. It's so hazy.
It's time for all...
You reach forward and place your hand on... So much for our reflection.
I see. We are too hideous for even a minute.
No way left to go. The door to the basement
There
creaks
she
open,
is.
revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again.
My love.
She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment.
Are we good?
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason.
You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor. Her wrist still bound to this cell is a dark and isolated place. See? She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. and yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest.
She does have it.
This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart.
That's right.
She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in
grass.
my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable
she's
years
gonna
of
burn us
desiccation,
together?
immediately catches fire.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still
I
cares
say we
for us.
burn with her.
I say we burn with her.
Alright, sure. Fuck it. I'm going
It's
to burn.
okay. I'm going to burn too.
She's right about the last part. Burning doesn't hurt forever. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls.
Alright,
and
I'll
painting
just
every
get
surface
burned
with
alive.
strokes of flame.
Make some chicken out of me.
We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel. Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible. So you'd better come up with something to do, and fast.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for...
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Oblivion?
Because I want to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us.
Yeah, in a bad way.
She just has a unique
Unique
way
way.
of expressing things.
The heat grows in intensity as the flames
I'll just
draw ever
burn.
nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world,
I wonder if we look good right now. Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed?
I don't want to burn to death.
Let's save.
You just think you don't. Sometimes someone else makes decisions for you.
She's holding a grudge. She wouldn't. She's perfect.
The flames lick at your
I think I
form,
need you for
stripping
burning
layers
alive.
of you away, causing your skin to blister and pop and crisp. As you burn, the princess glides to your side, her ghostly form blackening as she too succumbs. This is terrible. We're going to die. I'd savor this feeling if I were you. Soon enough, we won't
Actually,
have
I guess I don't need to save. It's fine.
And we'll get to die with
I can just do it
her.
again. And it doesn't take too
After
long to
what
get
you
back
made
here.
us do last time, this is as sweet an end as we could hope for.
She clutches you close to her chest, her eyes bright and her smile wide with manic affection, watching as the flames take you away. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad.
It was so bad.
Somehow, nothing's so much You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart.
So true.
Those never go away. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin. It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
Rip.
She's gone, and there's the...
But yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What is that supposed to mean? Do it, then. And
Alright. Oh, I've melted. I've withered. Wither. Hello.
I am a growing chorus of
Wither.
I will be here.
I already asked all
when it
these
is time
questions, so I
for
don't really
us
need to
to
ask them again. Alright. So
You're here to slay.
maybe
You make your way.
I don't go down there, I do the same
Don't-
thing,
How many times do I have?
and then I just kill her.
Only make.
Maybe there's some way to break. Or if that doesn't work,
She offers the suggestion with all. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be attempted to make someone. You make your easier for everyone. Look at
I heard the door slip.
there's a slight panic.
If I could just get.
Fine. Against. No, we won't have any.
Slay her.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone, everything goes dark. And
The witch. I don't think I got the witch before, so this is
you're
new.
on a path. You're here to. I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill. If he doesn't remember what happened, brilliant.
That was the
We need to keep our
opportunist
cards
from the
close to our
start.
chest, and
I see.
I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain
Whoops.
fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know.
Alright, let's go.
She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Let's go in.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? You You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. You take the blade from the well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. That's not actually a bad idea.
Alright, let's keep it behind our back.
The door to the basement
hello.
creaks open, revealing a staircase
Princess.
dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared.
God, I just
probably
hear
won't bite.
a little VTuber avatar saying every single time she says anything. I'm
But
not
you
nasty.
are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I
love
remember
VTubers.
what you've done.
She must have you confused.
I have no problem with
someone else.
VTubers. I think my big problem is that they all fake shit. You know? They're like fake nice. They're fake nice to each other. You do? I have no problem with them as long as they're like, I don't know,
She seems friendly enough.
real.
Maybe
You know?
we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
1 second. So none of them? Yeah, basically. No, but I don't have any issues with them. I feel like they always, I just feel like they're just fucking liars. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the part that bothers me. They commit to the crime of being cringe. Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like she kind of keeps it real. I mean, she has a voice, but I don't know if I mean, according to what other people say, that's actually what she sounds like. But I don't know if that's actually true.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say?
But, you know,
Or
the
do you just want to hear yourself
VTuber
talk?
voice, I just can't.
You need
And you know,
to
most of
stop
them are probably fucking
lingering.
white
Your
too,
task
and
is
they're
to
like
slay the
pretending to be
princess,
Japanese.
not
Ugh.
endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
Hello.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and
Let's
I
try to
don't
kill
care
her.
if you think you'll go somewhere else
Or
after this.
Maybe we'll
My
save her
world
this
is on
time.
the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe we can don't talk to her,
You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Someone ate. I don't know if it was Faye or Toby, but they ate. Toby hasn't ate since lunch. I'm sorry.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Thank you.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you?
Let's team up.
All right. I suppose I could team up.
Nader's
I
such a
need a way out
buzzkill.
after all.
So yeah, you're
and
right.
unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me
He's
like
just-
she's
oh,
offering
killer.
a mutually beneficial
Oh.
arrangement. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I get the sense that you're not
Is
happy
that
with
a
me.
joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back?
Maybe.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Okay, I'll try harder. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill.
You
Take
can't
my
be
weapon.
serious.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us?
She doesn't need
I vote
the blade to kill her.
no.
Or kill me.
As do I. I, abstain?
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Let's
You're
give her
going
the
to get
blade.
everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
You're beautiful. I actually want to save you. Yeah, true, she is. Up to you.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then
Ugh.
she buries the blade in your
She
heart.
killed me.
What? No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told
Well, she
you.
could have killed us
this
anyway.
is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond,
Rip.
nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you
I
die.
die. The thorn.
You're on a path in the woods.
Of course she stabbed us.
What did he say?
We
We should have cheated. Okay.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just...
She's probably
she just
sorry.
killed us anyway.
She didn't seem like she meant. She
I guess
seems
it really
sorry
doesn't
about
matter
it.
if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent.
We're even now.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change.
That's right. The hero's
Maybe
right.
that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try, exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction.
We're even now. Yeah, true.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do. And I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in what plan? The decider's plan.
That's me.
Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole
Trust me.
isn't it?
Trust me,
Good leader
bro.
knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is.
Let's go.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all
Not even
anymore.
it's not even an interior.
Burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here. Charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the
Did
fresh
she grow a
smell
bunch
of
of
spring
roses for
growth
me?
after rain. The promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just a
Yeah,
smart
point.
thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty.
That's what my plan
I'm
was
sure the
anyway.
blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different. You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror?
Are the Niners winning? Is Fred Warner playing? I know he got kind of banged up. 49ers injury. I know he came back, but... Samuel's still out. Trent Williams is questioning. Okay, he's fine. I think if Trent Williams plays, they'll win. If he doesn't, I think they'll lose again.
I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the
Seems
basement.
like without Trent,
the entrance is more of
the
a
running game seems to be
burned
kind
out
of shit.
frame than anything else, and it's right
Seems
there
like he's
on the
kind
far
of carrying
side
the
of the room.
blocking part of it. That's what it
Do
seems
you
like.
not see
Their
it?
running game has not been good the last couple of games, so I don't know. Unless they just figured it out somehow.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
I hope they win, but I'm kind of feeling
Figures.
like another loss.
Well,
to be honest,
seems like the only way to go is forward.
and then they'll win the game
isn't it?
after that. That's my prediction.
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
But who knows? Maybe Brock will play better. Not that he played super bad last couple times. The last throw wasn't good, but I mean, he's been playing okay. I've been playing great though. Can't be throwing 2 picks a game every single game. He'll be. go into the
You
basement.
step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around
I guess to
you.
be fair, the 49ers should have won the game against the Browns. I mean, Brock did his job. He got him down the field, but he just missed a 40-yard field goal. You can't be missing that.
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but
Toby.
you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm playing mind games with her.
I
That's
think
really
you know
tough.
how this goes. I'm down here, and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh? And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
Is he crazy? You could try to feed him maybe, because he hasn't ate since lunch, like actually. I don't know what he needs to eat though. Maybe like the pellets? I tried the treats, it didn't really work.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to
And you
let it
hurt
go.
me too, you killed me.
You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah. We're even.
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as
Alright,
we've been.
I'm down.
Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Just wanted my blade back and then leave. Thanks. Okay, thanks, bye. Let's be free.
What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just
I don't think I've ever been on
sides as
Team
soon as we
Hero,
make a
so
decision.
we're gonna try it.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here. United in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
So true.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Of course I did.
She smiles,
Duh.
her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
See, I won her over.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed
Fuck.
you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Step into the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other.
We just had to trust each other.
It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Now stab her. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I can't. I don't even have the option.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the
Well, whatever,
door
it's fine.
and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
Yoink.
She's gone, and there's that. What is that supposed to? You better watch your back. So you're the real puppet master here? Come.
I have unraveled.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. Do you know it will Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's.
You think
We
we're real?
are real.
Okay, I guess we did that. What's in your vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. One.
Just one more guy, okay.
You've already tried waiting.
Alright, let's go.
The next I will be here.
What do you think I should do this time?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Oh, really?
is a... You're here.
Okay. So the same thing, basically? I can't even enter the basement. It doesn't let me.
Who's that?
She sounds... Don't let it...
What did I do last time? I don't even remember.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since.
You walk down the stairs. She's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide...
Let's tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hand.
You poor thing.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if
You go
she
into
kills
this
us?
expecting to die.
Hesitating. Why don't you drop... Then I'm not talking to you. I guess we are.
For the love of every... Or drop the blade.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Fine.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands, and
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
against your better... We'll be fine. Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you can't.
I'm guessing... Oh,
You know.
Okay.
Oh, you have to. You...
Okay.
that would be fine.
She speak. You try the here. You are. You
Save the princess.
against.
Push the
No,
locked door.
we won't have it.
Slay the princess.
Bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gap.
Are you I don't know what came over you.
Oh.
But if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you.
Take him out, Cassie. That's what we gotta do sometimes. Being a naughty boy.
Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show
I
you.
don't think I've seen this, so I guess it's another new scene, so I guess it's fine. Give up. Let's just give up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside. If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least...
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground.
You were held there by two surly
Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end. I'm sorry. Everything goes dark.
Damn. The tower. Okay, another new one.
You're on a path. You're here. Again? People don't die twice. If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear you. What does it matter what he knows?
Okay.
There's nothing we can do. She is not going to kill... Those are two... Let's say if you die...
Of course we died. She didn't feel pain.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? She's just a prince. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of...
We listened to this
what do you
last
mean?
time, yeah. Turn around and leave. Okay, I can't turn around and leave.
Just be
Talk
quick.
to the preset. Okay.
Like I...
We're not. We might.
Listen to this.
People. I've told you everything. Look. Great. Now, if you...
Okay, I have to do this.
A warning.
Proceed
If
to the
that's what you
cabinet.
want. The interior of the
What's
cabinet.
this one
The
again?
blade. What do we feel? We don't feel some.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been.
Let's just go to the
No
basement
blade
this time.
Blade. No blade. It doesn't matter.
The door to the base.
Huh. This is actually.
We need to get down there. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude?
No
Making your
armor
way
rings.
down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort. The princess towers
What's
over
this
you.
one?
The chain is nothing to.
I guess I'll kneel
The
this
little
time.
bird has returned. We see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How and more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This time groveling at my feet. What a
Yes, my
wretched
queen.
sight.
I am
What
wretched.
draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in... Are you serious? Just don't say anything. How hard can it be to not say anything?
You haven't felt her angelic fingers run along the edges.
Why is it so
of your
quiet?
mind.
Why is he so quiet?
You haven't felt her nails dig into your thoughts.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
I'll be your
She's
pet.
inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
And all you have to do is break these chains and set me free. Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Okay.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for
I'll
an
pledge
equal.
myself
Your
to her.
will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yes.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Break her chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
I'll be her pet.
What a good disciple you are.
Thank you.
Come, it's time for us to leave.
Okay, let's leave. Take her hand. Oh, she's getting jointy. She's getting...
She's gone. Is that a... But it feels so bad. I don't want to look...
Okay, a mercy.
Okay.
I think you know. Oh, I'm nothing like you.
I'm an echo.
Like, we already asked this question a long time ago. Let's see. I was supposed to see this.
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still
I will
slay
slay
her.
her this time because I didn't do that last time.
Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead,
Oh, really?
it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work.
I guess that's the last one. Down here. Destroy the mirror.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people in the patterns are wiped from the sound. When the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Yeah, there's like 97. Something like that, 90 something. It says on Steam, 97. Yeah, I was right. I still remember it, I guess.
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter... Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really... then ask them and make it... It doesn't hurt. I don't... Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you in... I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be... So I am.
Alright. I'll save here, just in case I have to actually do anything with that. The end here.
I can finally see you, and you can finally sever the passive.
Slay the princess!
I know, and I've been waiting for you to see it through. Violence has always been our language, hasn't it?
That's true.
If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
Kill me.
You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacy is reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine.
When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it. Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
You knew what I was then, just as you know what I am now.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, an endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both. But compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
But you say nothing. I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be, preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is
She's over here trying to beg for her life, but
to
I'm just
linger
gonna kill
on
her.
an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger. To linger too long is to become worse than when you started. Would you rob yourself of all context
Yes.
to remain trapped in a single moment?
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past that is also present. A pain that is everything and yet nothing at all. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
It was beautiful.
It was. Triumph does not exist without defeat. Birth does not exist without death. It is through conflict that we create beauty.
A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I began? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of... And so your quietude continues. Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and
Kill her.
even now you think you can destroy me. If it takes all of eternity to break your delusion, I will still break it.
You don't have to face her alone.
Oh, the hero's here.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this
Alright,
quick.
let's kill her.
Are you ready?
I'm
Then
ready.
let's go.
Going real back.
Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror. They all talked, and they're not happy. But we can discuss that later. We have a job to do. Do you need me to describe things?
For old
Yeah.
time's sake.
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There
Yeah.
isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the
didn't.
windows, did he?
Also, they're all the girls.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're gonna need that blade.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here.
Pretty sure he got a good
Even
riddance.
after you decided to see his plans through, I guess you can like the idea and hate the man. That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
It's almost over, isn't it? That's okay. Let's just talk, the two of us. One more time, before you kill me.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
You're really going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You don't have to. You know that, right? But if that's what you want, we might as well talk a bit first. I wouldn't mind a few extra minutes.
Lay her.
So this is really it then.
Kill her.
Let's see this through.
So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world would be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it.
What?
I've always loved you. Don't forget me.
It's a sudden change of everything.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back. Then we did what we set out to do. Come on, let's get going. We don't need to linger down here anymore. It's quiet here. He's gone. She's gone.
Is that God or something? A new reality afforded by your will.
You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death.
Was it
We never
started?
left.
Oh, okay.
We've just been quiet, hiding somewhere else. But we don't need to be quiet any longer. We're the house now. We get to make the rules. And I'm not sure you'll like those new rules. Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation. There's no good ending for you. I'm sorry. They all know what you did. Voices get around. Knives out, boys. It's time to get to work.
A new and unending dawn, and everyone hates you. Nice. Okay. Well, I'll stop streaming there. Where we at now? I have a save, so we're okay here. Let me go back to the main menu here. Where we at now, achievement-wise? We're at 38 out of 39. I got the third rarest achievement from that run. There's only 2 left, and one of them has a 0.0%, so I don't even know if that's possible. Because everyone else has it, so I don't know if that's just like not existing. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. Okay. I'll probably stream this game later at some point, continuing the achievements, so bye-bye.